A lot of podcasts that I'm listening to at the moment seem to be talking and concentrating on longevity. So in this one, I'm going to mention what I'm putting in place to meet my longevity goals. But first, I recently went to the NEC to watch the Arnold Classics 2022. I was able to grab a few sessions and meet some of the people that are really inspirational in this space. So what is the Centenarian Olympics? It's a phrase that's been coined by Peter Attia, a medical doctor whose practice now focuses on interventions to support physical, emotional and mental health through exercise, sleep and nutrition, as well as drugs to improve your health span. Many people are scared about getting old, mainly due to fears of losing independence and having to be cared for, as well as the onset of disease. But what if we could be a kick-ass 90-year-old? Peter suggested training now to enable us to achieve the physical and mental goals that we'd like to be able to complete with a better lifestyle when we are 100 years old. This is our own Centenarian Olympics. As we age, we lose muscle mass and bone density, as much as 5% for every 10 years after the age of 30. So in essence, Peter suggests that you should pick the things that you would like to do when you are 100, which you can substitute with a form of exercise. Then you backcast through the decades of your current age, ensuring that you can complete those exercises, taking into account the natural degradation that will occur with age. When thinking about our own events, we should consider physical, emotional and cognitive skills that we all want to do when we are older, so that we are the complete package. For the physical component, we should be building on the pillar of stability, which, as I've mentioned in previous videos, is a combination of flexibility, mobility and balance. Some of the things that people might put on their Centenarian Olympic events list seem very simple tasks for us now, but everyone knows an aged person that has difficulties. For example, being able to continue independent travel. The task is to find an approximate exercise that could be trained to achieve the goal later in life. In this case, we might pick up an overhead press to mimic lifting a suitcase into an overhead locker on an aeroplane. Then the backcasting of weights should be calculated. So if we need to lift an 18 kilogram case at 100, what should we be able to lift at the age of 90, 80, 70? Knowing that the likelihood of strength depleting naturally as we age. The first thing that fails in most people is not our organs, it is mobility. Connective tissue and muscle wastage due to underuse with our sedentary jobs and lack of exercise. Modern life removes vital mobility from us from an incredibly early age. Toddlers, for example, lose their ability to perform a full squat very quickly as soon as they start to use chairs. The chair takes over, providing the stability for holding our bodies, so our core strength weakens. So after some careful consideration, I've come up with the following 11 events that I'm going to put on my own Centenarian Olympics. I'd like to be able to stand up from the floor unaided and with a single hand on the floor. I'd like to be able to walk 1 mile carrying 2 bags of groceries. I'd like to continue travelling abroad, so I need to be able to lift an 18kg suitcase into an overhead locker or from a platform onto a train. I don't think I'll be allowed to drive when I'm 100, but for as long as possible I'd like to be able to enjoy our camper life, which will mean being able to build camp. I'd like to be able to complete a 15,000 step walk. I'd like to be able to play with my younger family, so need to be able to lift a child up from the floor. I'd like to continue cooking my own meals, so I need to be able to bend low into a cupboard and lift a heavy pan out of it onto the stovetop. I'd like to be able to take a shower, so I need to have mobility and balance to be able to stand on one leg for 30 seconds. I'd like to continue solving problems and puzzles, including upgrading my technology by myself, so therefore I need to keep my cognition intact. I'd like to have dexterity enough to tie my own laces, so I need to be able to bend down and also look after my connective tissues to allow for agility. I'd like to be able to look after my own home, including doing and putting away all of the laundry. So at the heart of all of these events is strength and stability, which are already part of my core program. One thing that I am overlooking is the natural wastage of muscle that happens just as we age. I've been listening to many Dr. Gabrielle Lyon podcasts lately, and she believes that a high protein diet is essential as we get older, along with some time restricted eating. Many of her guests believe that we don't do enough exercise to maintain our muscle mass as we age. Hope you found this useful. Please do check out Peter Attia and Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, and if you have anything that you are going to put on your Centenarian Olympics, please leave a comment below.